I really liked your introduction. You
Oh,
know,
nice.
it seems like you're one of the few that talks about both, and I liked your perspective on the the human part is always developing and it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. I've told this story so many times when me and my partner were in India, and we were sitting on a rock, and this sadhu came up, and he was like saying all these different things. And one thing he said that she stuck in my mind was, he said, knowledge is infinite. And of course, knowledge is infinite, but I just never thought about that before. And that's the same with everything. Like, everything is continuously expanding. Like, in one way, it's circular, but then in another way, it expands. It's like a spiral, I suppose. That's a lot of what the images, spiritual images, are, these spirals of going up to enlightenment. And I feel like it becomes a little bit dangerous when you sell something. Not saying that I'm selling something or that other people are selling something, but you sell something as in you put that argument across that it will produce in some way a perfect person. Like, I think that that leads into all types of problems and troubles, and it creates like endless seeking, because that's never going to happen. Because if you imagine like writing a script, like, what would a perfect person be? Would they be like a constant giver? And that's like always giving and always giving in to everybody else's will. Like, that's certainly not balanced. Would they be would they be somebody that's like um, always not giving, like always saying, no, this is your dynamic, this is your dynamic, so somebody that's always taking? Like, what would it look like, a perfect person? Like, it's
Yeah, and I think that's that's our one of our big misconceptions is that we're going to get all this blissful state and everything's
yeah,
perfect.
it's like a religion that we believe in. There is something that can happen when you realize home, and there's this like energetic shift, this remembering, and that's really what non-duality is about. And that sounds like a big massive carrot to people, because really it's just what's here. So it's right now, it's like this moment. It's no longer believing or being attached to that timeline bound entity, and it's this like deep immersion into what's happening right now. So it's like all your problems, or your time, or your relationship problems, or your great things and what you're going to get, all of it disappears, and there's just an immense presence with what is. Like, this is all there is. Like, this is who you are, and this is what's important. And this is your home. This is what's always been your home. It's all you've ever had. And you've looked for safety and security in timeline, but this has been your safety and security. It's what you are. It's never left.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess not for you, or it was, but just so confusing. Just so confusing being like two different things, kind of, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It feels a little bit schizophrenic at point, because you like, there's like
There you
a
go.
moment of like immense intimacy where everything's like blissful and wonderful, and then it's like, there is a problem.
Yeah,
Like, so,
schizophrenic. That's
yeah,
perfect.
like it can get a bit like like flip flopping.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's here, even in your flip flopping. So even when you feel the hell, or your mind is lost in difficulties, this moment never leaves you. It doesn't abandon you. Everything else will leave, but this moment never abandons. So your characteristics, your behavior will leave, your problems will leave, your friends, your relationships, they'll all come and go. But this moment won't come and go. It will be there in your last moment, and it was there in your first moment. So it'll
So
be
is
there
it,
in your dying breath and in your waking breath, but really it's there prior to that as well, but that doesn't matter.
yeah. So is it the mind that's as deathly afraid of the present, being present now concept?
I suppose so. We say the mind, or people say all different things. I slip from words to words. It's like an attachment to the thinking, and then the belief that you are found in thinking, and that your home, and that your security, and that your worth is found in thinking and in
Yeah.
time. Whereas what your worth is right now. Your worth is in this moment. Your love is in this moment. Your security is in this moment. But not on the human level. It doesn't mean don't go to work. It's beyond human.
Yeah. I know. I really liked it. So I remember reading Yogananda, and he's talking about how it's almost cruel that God puts us in this delusional state, you know?
Yeah,
And that made a lot of sense to me. That kind of hit home
yeah,
for me. It probably does for a lot of people
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, it's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like driving the other day and was able to separate, and it was really nice. And all the stuff was flowing, like the thoughts and the feelings. And
yeah,
so that was a really nice, you know, however long it lasted.
yeah,
But I do, I so much love your perspective and your, your personality. You're just out there. And I try to do that. I try to be that too, just out there, just a lot of vulnerability, and this is who I am, and for the most part.
yeah, yeah. Thanks for that reflection. It's
Oh,
always
yeah.
interesting when people reflect back to you because sometimes you don't see yourself, like you don't like see what your character's being like or not being like or being perceived.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just, it's enjoyable because you're so open. And it's like, because we generally sense when someone's full of it and they're
Yeah.
on a big scenario. And
Although sometimes I really think that humans can't. Like sometimes I watch like people that are very famous, not necessarily non-duality talks, the speakers, but like sometimes in the spiritual world, and I listen to speakers, and to to me when I listen, I feel like they like everything is like an extension of themselves, and then it amazes me that that's not seen like that. So I think it's also humans are amazingly deceived by this idea of conviction, like uh, like when somebody is very, this is the way it is, and
uh,
you will like five, like I sometimes see these advertisements for like some healing session. It's like if you pay $99, like I think I get it like on my feed sometimes, $99, then you'll do this, do this, do this, and it will lead to this. Da, 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 and you hear them speaking, and it sounds really yeah, like an extension of them or something.
yeah, like they're full of it, you mean, or what?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like
Yeah,
not full. I don't know what that means. Full of it, like
full of shit. Like,
full of shit.
that's,
Full of
you didn't
shit.
know. Yeah,
It's
just,
it just sounds like it's very. I don't know if it's like full of shit because I don't think that they would feel that it's full of shit. It's just very like like they are getting like there is lots of seeking and they're getting lots of pleasure from being that way.
yeah.
And then that's validating their sense of self. But I don't know if they necessarily realize they're full of shit. Most of the time, when I mean, even when myself, I'm sure I'm full of shit at points. But when you do it, you don't really realize you're doing it. Like you sometimes get con people that are really like boop 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 and putting it out there and know that they're conning. But most of the time, when we're full of shit, we don't really realize it. We then
So
get
do you,
humbled. We then fall over, and then we're like, "Oh, sorry,
oh
I was full of shit, and it's all come out. I realize now I'm in a mess."
yeah. Yeah. So do you find yourself still seeking?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I
Okay.
think I have like old seeking patterns that come up,
Yeah.
like um, but I don't know how you would tell.
Huh. Yeah, maybe, huh?
I know that sounds weird.
No, I totally understand what you're saying because we're so blinded by
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah,
it comes to light and like, wow, no way,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That hurts.
yeah, yeah.
That's so painful, you know. Yeah,
Thank
to
you for calling in and the questions. Enjoyed speaking with you.
absolutely. Thanks for talking, you know. Thanks for your insight, all everything that you do.
Oh, thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.